Welcome back, everybody, to the Just Because podcast, episode 4, where we talk about topics just because. I'm Merp. That's B. That's Cheeto. We're the cousins. Let's hop right into it. Today, folks, buckle up because we got a certified Midwest legend in the building.
Yeah.
He's Omaha born and Cornhusker raised, a former stud on the baseball field.
Okay.
Current Nebraska football junkie and full-time sports brainiac. The guy just knows ball. He reps Omaha's finest, Omaha Millard North Mustangs turned Sioux City Morningside Mustang on the baseball field. That's double Mustang energy. You know him as the guy with his ear to the turf and his heart in Memorial Stadium. He covers Nebraska football like a trench coat private investigator on a midnight stakeout, digging through the depth charts, following film like it's a paper trail, and he always is 2 steps ahead of the fan base meltdown.
How about that?
He once hosted a wedding with a DJ dishing out more heat than a third down blitz from the black shirts, throwing up the bones. Bachelor party? Oh, it was legendary. Posted up at the College World Series tailgate, where by the end of the night, Cheeto made it very clear he is not paying a cover.
It wasn't me.
He's the host of the Nebraska Cornhuskers Play the Fight Song College Football Show, link in bio. Some call him David, Parks, Parsley, but he's most commonly known as Parksy. We're very lucky to have him on our show. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, yeah.
Was that AI?
Yeah, it was completely.
Got to be half AI.
That was like
Sponsor us,
Hey.
ChatGPT.
Little
Give us a
over-
sponsorship.
little over half AI, but
I respect it. You were in the wrong industry. It should be less podcasting, more writing. Very good.
Hey, you forgot Master Chef,
Made
right?
me sound way cooler than I am.
You can chef it up, too. You forgot Master Chef.
I can cook a little bit.
It's his job.
Not
right?
very good. I usually try and keep it to once, maybe twice a week. I don't like doing dishes, but I can cook.
Fair.
That made me sound way cooler than I was, by the way.
one person's got to do the dishes, one person got to cook. I feel like that's how it's
That's
got to
fair.
Yeah, but I usually got this one texting me to play video games right after dinner, so
Yeah, this
You
is the
pointing at
squad
Cheeto,
right here.
right?
This is kind of the squad right here.
Go. The Fortnite squad, or
Yeah,
what do you guys play?
Yeah, Fortnite. We're 20. We're middle-aged 20-year-olds playing Fortnite.
Whatever's required of us to get competitive and get after it.
Parks.
That's what I like to think.
I don't want to talk about this.
I don't want this
well,
to be
I like
a-
Fortnite. It's fun. I don't admit it in public. That
Yeah.
I play it as often as
We
I
can
do.
cut it out.
That's fine. We'll cut this. Maybe on the next time you're on here, I'll put that in the intro. Maybe not.
Fortnite expert.
Maybe
No, we get smacked.
Maybe not. No, we brought Parksy on specifically to talk about Nebraska football. That's the main topic of this podcast. We're coming off the Nebraska win here. Who they play? Akron.
Yep, the Zips.
So we're coming off a high, really good win. So we're hoping to bring in some interesting perspective and takes on the previous 2 games. So we'll get right into it. The main topic question is Nebraska football back? Open-ended question. Cooper, we'll start with you. Is Nebraska football back?
I mean, you guys see my shirt, link in bio. Not really, but yeah, I was obviously a 68-0 win is awesome. I feel like, I mean, generally speaking, Nebraska hasn't done that to a lot of teams. So when you have the chance to do that, you should do that. But yeah, it's cool to see. I mean, Cincinnati, I felt like was a bigger test of like what's to come. But yeah, it's cool to beat somebody like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Is Nebraska football back? I think it's too early to tell if anybody's back. I feel like some of these kids are playing for the first time ever in their teams, the transfer portal. Some coaches are coaching for the first time on their team, second game, whatever it is. I think it's too early to tell, but are they better than they have been? Could be. They played a Power 4 team the first week. I thought that was a great test. You know, both teams working some kinks out, but, you know, they blasted Akron the other day, and that's what you should do against those teams. So I think they're off to a good start.
It's tough. I feel like I answer it every offseason about 1,000 times. Just there's no better fan base in America at making you feel like a team can make a national championship run than Nebraska fans. Now, I don't know if it's boredom. I don't know if it's just excitement because that's all we have here, which is not a bad thing, by the way. But B's right. It's too early. It's, you know, you saw good things against Cincinnati. You saw a lot to clean up. Akron is a bad football team. Very, very bad football team.
How bad?
One of the worst.
Bottom of the barrel.
I'd put them probably in the bottom 5 of the FBS this year. They're pretty bad. They're academically ineligible. So, like, let's say they were to win 6 games, they could not make a bowl game.
Wow.
They could go 12-0 and they couldn't play in anything.
So they're not really
Wow.
like a college. They're not even
They're
really
a
a college
college
football
team.
team though.
They are, but I think a high
They
school
are.
team could, like Millard South in Omaha,
Yeah.
has a chance to take them out, I think.
That's crazy.
You
They're
did
not
kick out
eligible.
of this, Cheeto. Their team bus the other day when they pulled up to the stadium. You know, usually teams have like a football player or a former player on there and some sort of cool logo design. And on the front of the semi, it carries all their equipment. Akron's just said Akron football, and then it said where LeBron James is from.
Wow. Can we put a
you
pic?
go.
I got to see a picture.
Yeah,
of that.
we'll
That's
have to
hilarious.
put a picture of that up. That's hilarious.
That's
How
the
would you
only
know
thing
that? Did you go to the game, or did you see that yourself, or just on
There's
social?
a Nebraska podcast out there that they put out good content. It's Go Big Redcast, and they do a weekly post every week when the opposing team trailer pulls up. They take a photo of it, and they welcome to Lincoln, Akron football, welcome to Lincoln, Louisiana Tech, whoever it may be, but they show you a picture, and it's out there. It's right in your walking path. Like, you couldn't miss it as a fan.
I got to see
That's
that.
hilarious.
Coolest
Where
one I ever
LeBron
saw,
James-
Arkansas State.
Arkansas State had the coolest bus.
I've ever seen. Yeah, no, the full trailer was decked out, but then the front of the semi that you actually drive was the Red Wolf logo with the mouth open, so the grill of the car was the wolf. By far the coolest truck I've ever seen.
Interesting. We'll put a picture of that up in there too. Coop, what do you think of the offense on against Cincinnati and then Akron?
The offense. So I was at the Cincinnati game. I would say in person, it seemed like a little sloppy, right? I mean, some things to clean up, but I mean, and it seemed like the defense was kind of like they couldn't stop the quarterback from running. But
In which game? Both? Or the first game or the second game or both?
Cincinnati game was, honestly, I felt like if Nebraska would have played that game at Cincinnati, they might have lost it. Because, I just feel like you always see those Nebraska games coming out of the wire and we find a way to lose on the road. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Like, how the heck did Cincinnati, why would they let that be played at Arrowhead?
Did they choose to play it there?
I believe so.
That comes down to an athletic director's decision. So
So
could
that's
hear
Cincy's and Nebraska's coming to an agreement, or that's Cincy's like, hey, we think
it
it'd
has to be initiated by the home team's athletic director,
which would have been Cincy.
correct. Now, the reason they did it was because they got paid $1.4 million to play. Similar to when these smaller school goes to play Nebraska or goes to play Cincinnati and they make $1.5 million to go really just get beat
blasted,
up on.
yeah.
Then same situation happened here where they're like, hey, you make it a neutral site game, you get paid from Arrowhead. The TV network will pay you different than if it's a home game. So they profited another $1.5 million for moving it.
Wow.
I don't think Scott Satterfield would have moved that game if it was up to him. He said it. I mean, you could see it in the post-game press conference how upset he was.
Yeah, he was
about
ticked,
the
yeah.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
Well, they had to see that coming, though, right? Like, what the heck? Why would
I don't think they saw it coming as bad as they got it.
So is that worse than playing at Nebraska's home field because it has more
Probably.
population of people?
It's the loudest stadium in the country, right? Parks?
What?
The
Arrowhead
Arrowhead.
is,
It was
got
so
the highest
loud
decibel. I think it's like 140-something decibels it's got up to. But
And we were both in there.
it's,
That was
it's also
so loud.
20,000 less people than if they were to play Memorial Stadium. So it's hard to say.
So
it would
it's
be
less
louder.
people.
So it was
Okay.
20,000 less people, yeah.
Okay.
But it was
Interesting.
loud. I'll give it
Yeah.
credit. It was loud. It was just so different. But it was 70. I would say if there's 72,000 seats, 71,800 people were Nebraska fans.
That's
So,
awesome.
B, tell us a little bit. So, did you watch the Nebraska games, both of them?
I'll watch them all, yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about do you like Nebraska? Do you not like Nebraska?
So,
what kind of fan are you?
I'm a fan of good football, so I think that Nebraska is going to have a good season this year, at least an improved season, because I think that they have a manageable schedule in the Big Ten and in college football. I think it was great that they got a test in a Power 4 game with Cincinnati. I think that was good. You don't just play another FCS school, so at least you get that, and you get to see where your school is on day one. I think that was good for them. As far as the overall, Nebraska, gameplay in the first two games, obviously 68-0 against Akron, they blasted them. You can take something from that. I don't know how much you can take, but that's what you should do. So that's a good sign, right? That you're blasting the bad teams. You don't play down to people's levels. You don't play up to people's levels. You do take care of what you should do, and you roll them. The first game I thought was interesting. I thought Cincinnati had the mojo going in the second half, but what did Nebraska end up doing? Make plays.
Yeah.
You got to make plays to win games. At the end of the game, interception to clinch it, made plays. And I'll say this, schools that, you start to lose by a lot, and then as you get better, you start to lose by a little. And then you kind of make that turn, and then you start to win by a little. And then once you do that, you start to win by a lot. So you might be seeing that trajectory just a little bit with Nebraska, and no better time to do it than with the schedule like this, I think. And that's almost like a lottery in college football. They're in the Big Ten, which is a tough, but it's manageable this year, I think. So, Parks,
what about you? I mean, Cincinnati was exactly what I thought it would be. I thought people were undervaluing Cincinnati and what they did. I mean, it's a team that beat Arizona State last year. They made the college football playoff. Granted, Jeff Sims, yes, I said that name right. He was playing quarterback for Arizona State that game.
Who also played for Nebraska at one point, correct?
He sure did. made
Famously.
I'm not a Jeff Sims hater. It didn't work out, but he was a great teammate, and he stayed the entire season, so I give him credit. But back to the Cincinnati game, you're right. The second half, they had a lot. They kind of figured things out. They tempoed us a little bit. We kind of gifted them some momentum early in the third quarter. We should have punted, put them inside the 10. We didn't. We gave them the ball at the 35. They went down and scored. Then all of a sudden it's a ball game. But I've seen that Nebraska team, and I've seen Nebraska teams, and so have all Nebraska fans, that lose that game more often than not.
When I was watching, it looked like even maybe the coach and everybody else was going, is it going to happen again?
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
I don't want to say that the stadium was obviously great for a majority of the game, and Cincinnati had 3 or 4 false starts on third down, which obviously is game-changing. But at the end of the game, when they got that 4th and 7 to go down and tie it, I don't know if it was that tough of a place to play anymore. That whole stadium was like, here we go. Yep. And it just kind of got quieter. It really wasn't as loud as it was in the first and second quarter in that last drive. But when the play happened, it got loud.
Yeah. And what a play call. You've been throwing it horrible all day
terrible
just
pass.
to chuck it. You're in field goal range and to chuck it. That's just on the coach, I think. But
they were down
take
2 at
advantage
the time,
of those
right?
opportunities if you're Nebraska, right? When they make mistakes, you have to capitalize, and they did.
I was sitting in the end zone that the pass went up in. I thought that ball was in the air for 45 seconds. It just was floating.
It was in the air forever.
Yeah, it looked like a fly ball.
Yeah. So you did a prediction on your show, Play the Fight Song, the Nebraska Cornhusker show, right?
Yep.
So what was your prediction, and how did it turn out?
This week or last week?
We'll start with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, I said 27-17.
Okay.
The game was 20-17. Last week against Akron, I said 49-7. It ended up 68-0.
Yeah.
So not too good last week, but the first week I thought I had a chance to do it. I really did, but it's fun. I just like to do score predictions. Score predictions are tough because there's a billion different outcomes.
Yeah.
Especially for those games like last week, like an Akron versus Nebraska, you got no clue.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought that Georgia and Austin P would be as close as it is? Like, those, you never know.
We do a giveaway. So, like, if they were to watch my Nebraska show or Iowa show or Iowa State show, and they hit the score prediction on the nose in the comments of our YouTube videos, then they get a free No Rivals hat, which is one of our partners.
Okay, that's cool.
And we had somebody hit it for the Cyhawk game.
Hey,
Really?
Go get yourself a hat.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah, you want to plug your hat here? I mean, that's a really cool hat.
No free ads. It's another show. No free ads. I got to get the boys hooked up. If I'm gonna, no, it's No Rival. It's a hat brand. Check it out.
Check it out on their pod. Yeah,
they're good quality.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can plug whatever. I mean, we're at an early stage. We're just whatever.
Code PTFS at checkout on shopnorivals.com. Gets you free shipping. Best hats in the game. Up your look for tailgate season. It's football season.
And I've tried them. They're very nice.
Yeah.
The designs are sick and they're sweet.
Yeah, that's a sweet hat. Definitely check it out. So you guys went down to the Cincinnati game. What was the traffic like?
Oh, man.
I'm a
their day of?
I'm a sicko. I mean, we're sitting here on a couch on a Monday night talking Nebraska football like I'm somewhat of a meaningful person. I'm not. I'm just a crazy fan. So we left at 7 in the morning.
On what day?
On Thursday, the day of the game.
Okay.
We did not hit a single bit of traffic.
Oh,
we made
good.
it in like 2 hours and 30 minutes, no problem. But the people who left after lunchtime that are more dedicated to their career or right before the game to kind of time it right, I heard it was upwards of 4.5 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
To
Correct.
make the 2.5 hour drive.
That was me.
When did you go?
Yeah. We left at like 12:30 or something. And it was like we were taking the back roads, and the back road dirt roads had traffic.
Everybody was thinking, take the back roads.
Well, like it was one or the other. We shaved off a few minutes, but like obviously the main highway was backed up, and then like the back roads were backed up. It was crazy. It ended up being like 4.5 hours.
That's what happens for Nebraska.
Did you go
sports.
home on Friday?
No.
Okay.
We stayed the night.
We did the typical Midwest thing. You go to IKEA, the furniture store, because you don't
Yeah.
have one of those at home. And then we went to drive home, and it was like 3.5 hours what it said. I was like, why is there an extra hour? So it took us this back way to shave off like 20 minutes. We went through every small town in Missouri you could think of. We went through a place called Savana, Missouri, and their entire town was basically just a football stadium, and their water tower had the high school logo on it, and it was the Savannah Savages.
Wow.
And it is one of the cooler logos I've ever seen. You might as well look it up. But I went through every small town in Missouri.
That's funny.
So is it a blessing and a curse that Nebraska travels so well? Because when you guys go to this stuff, everything's packed. There's
No.
so many people.
It has nothing to do with that. It's stop doing as much construction as they are. I think they
On
decided
the
to lay
roads,
every
yeah.
road.
They knew
this
you were
week.
coming, yeah.
Oh, it was so bad. Even on the way down there was a little bit of stoppage with nobody on the road, but I heard that's what got everybody blocked up because there were lane closures for 20 miles long, and they were working on 1 mile of it. So
That's so stupid.
yeah, I could go on construction workers for a while.
Did
Go
you
ahead.
see any Cincinnati fans there?
2 on my walk into the stadium?
Everybody that I've talked to says they've seen 2, so it's probably the same 2.
There was one in front of me, and I kept like getting up and cheering, and I'd like not hit him on the head, but I'd like brush him on the head.
The question is, if you're going into hostile environment and you're the same colors, were they wearing red or black? Do you blend in with the red, or do you wear black and go
Cincinnati
opposite?
wore all red on the field,
Yeah.
which I couldn't believe. I mean, maybe it was a power move. Maybe it was like a, hey, we don't care how many fans you have. Didn't work. But I think you wear black if you're a Cincinnati fan because we don't typically wear black.
Yeah.
But they kept showing Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift up there. Glad she got to see Nebraska win. Shout out Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and Mahomes was there too, I believe.
Yeah, he was for a little bit.
Which one?
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them were there.
No, that's Patrick M'Apartments is what they call Raiola.
Apartments.
Patrick
Instead of
M'Apartments.
Called they call him
Mahomes.
Junior.
He's got a lot of nicknames.
Yeah, he's got a lot of them. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
The imitation.
I mean, part of me gets it. You know, you have like in baseball or even football. You know, some people back in my day they would do the Tim Tebow like prayer before the game and
Yep.
stuff like that. But like you really don't see many players imitating other players other than something like that. I mean, it's interesting.
I think it's more the look
Yeah.
rather than
'cause-
the imitation.
Because people play a lot.
Because
Of
like when you were a kid, we all played baseball,
Yes.
right? You imitated your stance after this player.
Right.
You tried to throw like this player or make the Derek Jeter play. So he could have done it, but it's definitely was the haircut.
the number.
curly hair.
Yeah, because you can
Everything.
The
cut
number
your
for
hair.
Tebow.
He does. Oh yeah, he does the same like jump up or whatever.
It's
Mahomes
dude, it's
Cadences.
imitation. It's the same
So-
jump up, the same hand movements,
The
the
jump
same.
up, I have no defense for it.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the stuff would go unnoticed. I feel like more than that. Like I saw a video somebody took, and they were like, "Look how he pulls up his pants."
Yeah, that's a
just like
stretch.
Mahomes. I'm like, why are you watching the kid pull up his pants? But
I mean,
guess
their run, they like jog out to the field identically.
I'd rather have
with
a
their
quarterback
hip-
that imitates the best in football right now than
Yeah,
not.
so it's good to imitate the best, like Kobe kind of took from Mike, right? That's good because that's the best that you can do. It's more of what
Same
you guys,
thing. Kobe Mike.
Yeah.
but it's more of what you're talking about with the image. Like when he gets to the pros,
The
like,
image.
you got to be your own thing. Like you got to be your own. People want to draw to you. Like if he's he's a 5-star quarterback. So if he gets to the pros, are there going to be 2 of them? Like
Yeah, kind of like the example that you gave. Like you use the same batting stance. Like that's performance.
Which is
other
good.
This other stuff is like just mannerisms,
I mean, when
right?
Like, do you have to try to copy? Like, I'm just
I mean,
curious.
I guess everybody's different, right? But I was a type of baseball player that like I was as a big J.J. Hardy guy back when he played for the Baltimore Orioles because I played shortstop, and so I would wear like the same 2 wristbands that
Yeah.
he wore on the field.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the same. I really feel like it comes down to his complexion and his haircut. That's like the only 2 similar things. Other than that, they're built
Did you see him walk into the stadium? Did you see Minnie Mahomes walking in? Same sunglasses, same necklace.
They did a side by side.
Same briefcase.
Well, if I was a fan, I'd rather have him mimic someone really good than really bad.
That's
so,
how I think of it too. Like I mean, better
but
than him imitating.
I say get your own
Justin
shtick
Fields.
because you can make way more money with your own shtick than someone else's. Like,
Yeah,
but
that's true. All right, we'll move on to a little bit more details in the Akron game. Cooper, did you end up going down to Lincoln, or what did you do for the game?
I was just watching it at the rail yard. I didn't go in this game.
Okay, so you did go to Lincoln.
Yep. I was there.
Okay, and you tailgated and then went to the rail yard.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
But you did make an appearance on the Jumbotron game 1. Is that an accurate
Can
statement?
we throw that up for the fans to see?
I think I have that video. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a knack for getting on the Jumbotron.
And would you like to explain to the audience what you did on the Jumbotron?
I pulled my shirt up maybe we could put the meme. It's from a meme, but you know when you get on the Jumbotron, you just gotta. I mean, you got like 2 seconds to. You got 2 seconds of fame, so yeah.
I can honestly say I've been to Memorial Stadium for football games probably over 70 times in my life, and I have never once been on the Jumbotron. So I guess when the moment calls,
Just
Stand
finds
by
me.
him, you'll get on it.
He is
They
the
find this
Jumbotron
guy.
It does find me, and I'm not like it's not like I was doing anything before it was on me to draw attention to me. I wasn't even dancing. It's just maybe it's the size of my head. I don't know. It just draws attention.
Get that bobblehead. Yeah.
Got a huge.
What
globe.
about you, B? What'd you do for the game? The Akron game.
I
Akron.
watched it on television.
Okay, you stayed in Omaha.
Not a bad experience on television. You don't have to watch the TV timeouts in real life. Not the biggest fan of that, but
Where'd you watch it?
D-Max dugout with 9 TVs.
Shout out D-Mac.
What's D-Max dugout?
So my father's got a man cave in the basement and watches every live football game that's going on at that time.
A lot of TVs.
A lot.
A lot of Hawkeye.
It's a pretty cool
signs.
setup. Other than the paint color's really nice.
Hey, Steeler color, baby.
Steeler colors.
That's where
Steeler
Iowa stole
colors.
the uniforms from. We go all night on that.
Yeah. Hey.
That's your that. So do you prefer to watch it in person or on the TV?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I think there's good experiences for both. I think that, I'm going to the Texas-Georgia game this year in Athens.
Yeah.
I want to see how, like, prime time.
Well, that's a game you would like to be there in person.
I know, but that's just, like, the atmosphere. I don't know. It may be different. It's Southern.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a lot different. I've only been to Nebraska in a Kinnick game in Iowa.
Yeah.
So, and it's been cold.
We went to a Nebraska game together.
Yeah, and it's usually cold.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about the game we went to.
Oh, it's Troy.
Nebraska
we
was
lost?
beat by Troy.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about South? Did they lose to like South Alabama or something a few years ago?
They did lose to South Alabama, yes.
And their coach got snipped the next
Shout
day.
out Scott.
No, I'm sorry.
See ya,
It was
chump.
not South Alabama. That
Southern-
takes away from my credentials there. We lost to NIU, and we lost to Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern. They were good, though. Georgia
South
Southern was...
Alabama we beat 35-21. We had 3 defensive touchdowns. So we would have. Yeah.
Gosh.
What
Wait,
about-
so we lost to Troy, and then what was the other one?
Georgia Southern and NIU. We lost to NIU when
gosh.
Mike Riley was the coach. Tanner Lee played quarterback at Nebraska.
How much are we paying those teams?
Millions,
Same.
right?
Well,
It's like $1 million bucks.
The team that got beat by Georgia Southern there was money rolling around it. It was kind of right before the time frame, but it was bad. I was in the stadium that night. It was bad because Iowa had just lost to Iowa State in Kinnick. You're feeling great. Night game.
Oh,
That
so-
Georgia Southern, no team has gone for more yards in Memorial Stadium than Georgia Southern since like 1980.
So you feel joy when your rivals lose.
Yeah, who doesn't?
That's a real fan right there.
Yeah.
I respect that.
That's when
Yeah.
you know. That's when you know you got a diehard fan.
Yes.
Parksy, what'd you do for the Akron game?
I was there,
Did you,
yeah.
Oh, you went to the game?
No, I'm a season ticket guy, so I go to all the home games, as many as I can. I do hate the cold games, so like towards the end of the year, it really is tough for me to get up sometimes for it. But yeah, I like to go to the games. I was there. It was awesome. Going back quickly to the TV timeout thing, that is getting out of hand.
Like too long?
Like, oh God, yeah.
It's like
I know they
unbearable.
Expand on the TV timeout thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, so the TV guy, if anybody who's been to a college football game, or if you haven't, there's a guy that stands in a red polo and a red hat, and he holds a giant clock now. And I boo him every time he comes on the field because I know we're going to commercial, and he'll roll out there, and he sets the clock for how many commercials are going to roll for how many minutes. It used to be 2 minutes every time he'd go out there, or a minute and a half. Every time he goes out there now, it is 4 minutes.
Wow.
They run commercials for 4 minutes, and it just ticks. And everybody, I mean, it gets to the point sometimes where even both teams are standing out on the field,
Just
ready
waiting.
to play, and they're just waiting. basically, for
Whopper,
the TV guy
whopper,
to get off.
whopper,
Because money.
whopper.
Yeah.
That's exactly. We should put that in right now. Cut the show. Whopper, whopper.
That's got to
Oh
be
my
that's got to be
gosh.
copyrighted, right?
Did you guys
Free
see
ad.
that? Did you guys see that meme about NFL Red Zone going away or something?
Yeah.
No commercial.
free.
Whopper, whopper, whopper.
That's
Coop.
true.
What do you, or I guess as a group, B already answered this question. Do you guys prefer to watch it in person or do you prefer on TV? What's the better experience?
Can I tell the story about just food prices these days? Can we tell?
Yeah.
Okay,
I gotta hear this.
One reason why I prefer it to be like, I don't know, in someone's basement with 12 TVs, unlimited food, unlimited drink, is because now the prices, Memorial they have a whole new menu and beer, but it's like $20 a beer. So if you're going to go to the game,
that's accurate.
yeah, if you're going to go to the game, you're going to be dropping over $100.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have an anecdotal situation you'd like to share?
I have a fun story to share about this. Arrowhead Stadium. I went for the Cincinnati game this year. I went down and I was with my wife, a couple of buddies, and their girlfriends or wives, and we were sitting there. We're watching warm-ups. We send the wives up to go get food and do whatever they want to do in the stadium. My wife walks down, ding, 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 runs down to our seats, and, hey, here's your burger and fries and my soda. I don't like to drink during the games much if I'm in the stadiums. Here's your soda and burger and fries. She got the same thing, but a Smart Water instead of the soda. You want to take a guess at the price?
Take a guess.
Of the meal?
Of the two cheeseburgers with fries, like 7 fries-ish, and a Smart Water and a fountain soda.
Wait, you guys both guess. Both
Take a guess in the comments right now. Before
$34.
Yeah, I'm saying $40.
Higher.
Oh no.
That's correct. I don't really need
Keep
to go
going.
from there.
Keep going.
60.
Higher.
What?
Keep going.
Keep going.
No way.
75
Keep going.
for a burger and fries.
Okay, 100. 100.
$93.
That's ridiculous.
Hold on. For a burger
She had to-
and
she got-
fries.
she got
two
scammed.
burgers, 2 fries.
Yep, but they are all in one basket, so there's like 8 fries total.
Yeah.
And a Smart Water and 1 soda.
And was it good?
No, I couldn't even enjoy it. It was like a there was 2 patties, which is great. I mean, you could have squeezed it and your hand would have been wet from the grease. It was a concession stand burger, but $93. So to answer your question,
Wow.
I like being in the stadium for the atmosphere, but I like to eat beforehand. Now, especially, I was like, oh yeah, just give me a cheeseburger. $10,
Forget about it.
$11, $93. So,
That's wild.
Eat and drink beforehand.
yeah, that would be my best advice. Don't drink too much. I
But
guess.
but you prefer to be in the stadium, experiencing the atmosphere, over
I do.
being at home.
I do, as in my life right now. But like I said earlier, I'm a sicko. So the moment I get home from a game, I watch the entire thing through on TV.
That is sick.
So
Dude's watching film.
Yeah,
is
like
sick.
immediately. Like when I came home from Akron the other night, it was 12:20 when I walked in my front door. I sat down and watched the game.
Wow.
You got your dog with you.
And she's sleeping on me. She doesn't care what
Oh,
time.
good.
She's at bedtime.
That's the
Yeah.
best. Coop. What about you? Sorry, B.
I was going to ask you, what do you prefer?
I hate going to the games.
hate it.
I hate it.
It is kind
Elaborate.
of a technical
It's-
nightmare,
it-
but
It just ruins your entire day. It not ruins, but like it takes up your entire day. Like,
Yeah, but with fun
Like-
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Like if it's
Food, friends.
I don't know.
Nebraska college
Fair.
game day against Michigan. You
College
going?
game day, that would be college
heard
game
it's
day.
miserable.
That would be really fun to experience all that,
Yeah.
especially because they have the Pat McAfee thing where they're kicking. Maybe I get on that and
Mike's
dice
trying to
up
win
a
40,000?
How far is Pat McAfee's thing? 30
30-yard
yards or
field goal,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I hop on there. I don't know. It's probably gonna be packed, but I mean that would be fun because it only comes around. When's the last time that college game day came around?
Nebraska, Ohio State.
We went to
Yeah.
the game, me and you.
We did.
Yes, sir.
It didn't go well.
Doesn't
we did.
remember?
It didn't go well.
He was with his wife.
Was I there?
Oh yeah.
That was the last time though. That would have been like 3 or 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
it was a while ago. But
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, me personally, I'm just it takes up too much of the day, and really, you have to leave early, drive there. You're stuck in traffic if you don't leave early enough, and then you get to go to the game. It's typically cold, and then afterwards, it's like after you spent $100 on whatever you're drinking or eating,
Right.
it's like. For the last few years, it's like, well, there's another loss. I mean,
what
fair.
if you lived in the same town though? Like we don't live in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I think I'd be more likely to if I was within walking
or
distance.
20-minute drive and you're there. Just,
Yeah.
You know where to park. You know everything.
Yeah,
like-
if I lived closer and was more accessible, I think I would do it. But
That's fair.
at living in Omaha, it's just not appealing to me personally. What about you, Cheeto?
I feel like when I go to the home games, I don't usually have good seats, but like the Cincinnati game, somehow my buddy copped us really good seats, and that was fun. We were like 12 rows up, and that was pretty awesome. And I'd never been in an NFL stadium, so that was cool. But that was a unique scenario. But yeah, going into the games, it's okay. I don't usually sit very close, but
I think for a football game, it's a really good experience.
Yeah.
As far as
Like-
other football stadiums, football games, entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, they got the fireworks show. They have the drone show.
Yep.
That's really cool.
The walkouts.
The
are usually
walkouts. Yeah.
best.
It's a pretty good production. So I do give Nebraska a ton of credit for that. I mean, because you can clearly see that they are dumping a ton of money into the production of it.
Yeah. They do a good job. It's on game day. I think my biggest nitpick if I'm going to games, it's not the traffic. It ain't even the food prices.
It's just the dang TV guy.
No, that TV guy sucks. But it's also the fact that I'm missing so much else on TV. Because like I'm a Nebraska fan through and through. But like if they play at 6:30, if my satellite TV signal at my tailgate's not great, or if there's no TVs on at a bar of the game I want to watch, then I have to completely miss any other thing I want to watch throughout the day. So
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
tailgating is like the perfect happy medium because you're outside the stadium, but you can watch some of the other games. You don't have to. I mean,
well, you
I
mean
usually
like
pull,
tailgating during the game? Is that what you're talking about?
or
Like in the parking lot?
Yeah. Or like being at people's tailgates that you don't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
mean
good
that's
at
what we
doing
do.
that.
That's what we do during the College World Series. I mean,
Yeah,
we just sit
yeah.
there. I mean,
like the
you get to hear
perfect-
the crowd when there's a big play.
Yeah.
and you're like watching the TV because you know something's about to happen.
That's another crazy thing is how delayed the TV is
Oh, yeah.
to the live crowd noise. When you do that thing, when you can hear something like in a stadium and then you're waiting for it to happen on TV and it happens like a good 30 seconds later and you're like, how is this considered live TV? It's not live at all. But yeah.
Well, I think they have to do that because of Jim Harbaugh, right, or Michigan.
Who?
Sign stealing or what?
Oh, I don't think that came from that.
I think it's because if somebody slips
no.
an F bomb in
No,
there or something,
yeah.
you got
Usually
to
a buffer for F-bombs before I
for the
Yeah.
unknown.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, Michigan thing. Did you guys watch that Netflix series, Sign Stealer or whatever like
Yeah.
that, where they were where the guy, not
Connor
Jim
Stallions.
Harbaugh, but the other guy who was
Connor Stallions.
Connor Stallions, talking about how he strategically would do that. I mean, it was very interesting. So.
And related to that, now the Michigan coach that they have right now is suspended for the Nebraska game, right?
Correct. Biff
Because of that?
Hoagie will coach Michigan when they play Nebraska.
So for
Why is
some
that?
reason he got to coach the first game, but now he's suspended
He
for.
got, it was a self-inflicted. They were investigating it, going to come down and say you're suspended for X amount of games. He suspended himself for 2 games, and it's this week and next week.
He got to choose.
Yeah, that's college football fans are not very happy about that. But
Yeah.
he'll miss the Nebraska game, and he'll miss this week. And
And
he
it's
got
it's a suspension where you can't even be in the building
Yeah.
for the whole week. You can't even talk to your guys probably for the whole week.
yeah. So former
Significant.
Charlotte head coach Biff Hoagie will coach Michigan the next 2 weeks.
Biffy.
Biff. That's one heck of a name.
That's got to be a dud.
You should look him up. Pull up a picture of him.
We'll
Pop
put a
him up
picture
on
of
We'll
him
Google.
pop him up there.
He's a
Biffy,
unit.
if you're listening.
He looks like a Biff.
Is he huge?
Big dude.
Okay, wanted to run these numbers by the biggest point differential wins by Nebraska. We played Northern
wins?
Illinois. What's that?
These are wins.
Yeah.
I've seen some bad ones. I've seen some bad ones.
question.
Northern Illinois 2023, 24-point differential. Nebraska versus Fordham.
What was that one? 35 to 11?
Yeah, 52-7. So it was a 45-point win.
No. I'm sorry. The Northern Illinois was 35-11.
Yep, 35-11. Sorry. Yep, and then Nebraska versus Fordham, which what
Yeah, it
conference
was
are they in?
52 to 7. Fordham's an FCS program.
Okay, then I'm going to quiz you on this one. Nebraska versus Bethune-Cookman.
That was a Scott Frost game. We beat the hell out of them. I want to say it was 44 something, 44 nothing, 44-3.
Very close. 45-9, 36-point
Yeah.
differential. So the last time that Nebraska beat a team by 68 points was September 18th, 1982 versus New Mexico State.
Part of the scoring explosion teams. Those Nebraska teams would put up 1,000,000 points.
Yeah, that was Tom, right?
Tom Osborne?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have been there.
They win the Natty that year?
They did
We know?
not.
82?
So
That's what you
you're wearing the Tom Osborne shirt.
Yeah, you ought to know
if
that.
you don't know,
Not even close.
Tom Osborne was like on the verge of getting fired for the longest time at Nebraska.
Yeah,
because he couldn't win the big game. Like
Yep.
they would win 8 games and lose to Oklahoma, and then they would not be able to do anything. So he almost got fired multiple times.
And then they finally broke through.
All right, good. So you do that. You can wear the
Well,
shirt.
yeah.
Good.
I didn't know if you were going to quiz me on the years they won or whatever. I don't.
We could do quizzes on final scores of the last decade. I could probably get 80% right.
Okay.
It's impressive.
Maybe we'll do that on the next one. As a Nebraska fan, I do have to throw this in. Iowa's biggest point differential, the largest differential win in Iowa's history is 78-7 over Northwestern in 1925.
Yep.
What a stat.
Nebraska's had some bad ones in there too. 76-7 against Iowa State. That would have been in the
Well,
90s.
let me ask you this. This isn't just Iowa, Nebraska, whatever team, Alabama, whatever it is. Are you guys like on the bus of a win's a win, or do you need to blow everybody out? Because it's hard to blow people out in college football. That's why I think the Akron win is big, because they're not great, but you still got to play football against another team. You still got to play good ball.
Yeah.
It's hard to blow people out. Look at the Florida. They just lost to USF at home in the Swamp.
That's
It's a
crazy.
good football team.
They are good.
That's
crazy.
a good football team. Blowouts are great as a fan, right? But it's just not week over week. It's pretty much impossible, especially in conference play. Otherwise, it wouldn't be college football. That's the people's usually biggest nitpick with college football is blowouts. Is NFL fans will tell you, oh, there's too many blowouts. It's the same 10 teams that are in it every year. I couldn't disagree more. But, yeah, because USF just beat Florida. Should that ever happen? Probably not.
Yeah, a win's a win. I mean,
There are some bad scores out there.
yeah.
Grambling, Ohio State this week, 70-0.
So that poses the question back to the Akron game. Did Nebraska play well, or was Akron just that bad?
It's a little bit of both. Nebraska was really good on offense, really efficient, bad around the goal line. We got stuffed on 4th and 1 by Akron, who their defensive front isn't horrible, but Akron's a football team that their quarterback, he's a little bit of a journeyman, Ben Finley. He went to NC State. Then after NC State, he went to Cal for a year, and he's ended his career at Akron. I think 6 of their 7 receivers are redshirt freshmen. So they're just young. But Nebraska was efficient. They never punted once, right? You were scoring touchdowns over 20 yards, so you have to be blocking well.
That punter's his family.
Archie Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, his family came into town and you get to see him play.
Yeah, that's
They came to the
great
first
news
game.
as a punter.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think
yeah.
the first game he never played or seen football, so they sent him to the Chiefs preseason game like a few days before. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
They're like, "Hey, buddy, go watch football."
That's crazy.
By the way, he did great
Yeah.
during the Cincinnati game, that punter.
Oh, he's good. He's
my
good.
my other evaluation of the team is special teams has plagued Nebraska for a long time.
Yeah.
This year, step in the right direction, I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mike Eckler hire was huge. Special teams operations have taken a massive step forward.
Making extra points.
And it's underrated. They don't pay
They
the
are
kickers.
making extra points.
That's
Cheeto.
crazy.
I heard that over there. Yep.
Crazy.
Okay, so the special teams taking a step in the right direction, is that more because we hired this coach? Is it because we brought on some key transfers? Is it because of the scheme? What would you say makes the biggest difference?
All 3 of those go hand in hand. It starts with the coach, right? Because then the coach gets the transfers, and the coach brings in the scheme. So Eckler's a high-energy guy, Mike Eckler. He was at Tennessee before this. He's got Nebraska ties. And it's really if you value special teams. Iowa, that's a program that incredibly values special teams, has always been good at it because it wins them football games. Scott Frost was not under that. He didn't have a special teams coordinator.
He wanted to run a gun.
Yeah, he did not have a special teams coordinator, which
Wanted
is
to
an
run
option.
jet
Not
sweeps
very
into
many
the
teams do
sideline.
it.
Or onside kicks.
Yeah,
What a time to be alive that was.
but yeah, no, they all make a difference, and they're all really, really good now. But a transfer kicker helped. He looks really good. Got a new long snapper that helps. He looks really, really good compared to last year. It's just operationally there was some issues. Like if you don't get a good snap, you can't get a good hold. You don't get a good hold, you usually don't get a good kick. So they kind of worked down from the top bottom, and it looks good. But they're paid accordingly. I mean, Eckler's not making chump change. I'll say that.
Oh yeah. How does Nebraska's NIL compare with some of these big dogs in the Big Ten and the SEC? Do you have any idea on that?
Yeah, the numbers aren't public everywhere, but I know Nebraska's is pretty good. That's probably the most basic answer you can give. But Nebraska, I mean, they can compete for guys like Dylan Raiola. They can compete for guys that are 5-star offensive linemen and be in their top 3. So There's money rolling through the program that I don't think people understand. It's one of the only athletic departments in the country without debt. There's no debt to the University of Nebraska's name. Wow. So the revenue is there. And now with revenue sharing, it puts them in to be an even bigger player. But the NIL money's there. Matt Davidson, who runs 1890 Collective, they come out with various products, partnered with breweries. So they have their products. They did pipeline jerky. They're not struggling in that department. I would put them in the top 5 of the Big Ten, and that's probably pretty light. Could be probably top 4 or 3.
I mean, I'm surprised that they haven't partnered with Cam Jurgens, his beef jerky company.
Cam Jurgens' beef jerky company, Jergy, is actually partnered with the We Will Collective at Iowa State, where his dad went.
Really?
Because when Pipeline Jerky went to 1890, they kind of shut off every other avenue.
Oh, okay. It was exclusive.
Yeah. It was kind of like, they already have a beef jerky, so why would we do it? And I noticed the other day that beef jerky goes to Iowa State's football collective.
Dang.
I know.
So he's...
I don't know if Nebraska fans, a lot of Nebraska fans know that. It rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But.
No, yeah, it definitely rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't know that, and I just found out the other day he's the highest paid professional Nebraskan, period, right?
Yeah, he should be. Oh, God, yeah. After his latest, he just did his contract after the Super Bowl, and it was a ridiculous amount of money. The only person I can see him catching maybe is Hunter Salas. Right? Would you think he'd make that type of money?
Hunter. I mean, Hunter definitely could, but I think right now, the closest person is Bud.
Oh God, yeah, that's in his own league.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if this weekend goes well, it'll probably get something bigger.
Big fight.
Yeah, but yeah, Cam Jurgens I think is the highest paid professional in Nebraska history as of right now.
Really, it is.
I'm not. I mean, I don't know where Bud's at. I think Hunter could definitely get there. But yeah, it's really cool. But it does kind of rub me the wrong way that
beef jerky,
Iowa State,
beef jerky, yeah.
That's tough.
Got to make money somewhere. There's a lot of collectives out there.
Yeah. So we'll move along. We wanted to do some predictions for the rest of the season.
I got their
schedule.
Should we go over their
let's
remaining
go.
schedule?
Yeah,
I think I had a screenshot of it.
Yeah, go over
All right,
their
I'll
schedule.
try and be as
Coop.
realistic as possible.
I got it right here.
Well,
so
she's probably gonna memorize.
I would love to do this like right after Michigan. I would love to do this. But this is.
Don't worry, you don't have that opportunity.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so they're already 2-0, right?
Yep.
Off to a great start, as they normally are, I would say. Yeah.
Huskers.
We started 0-1 in
How many games did they win?
6 out of the last 8 years.
How many games did they win in a row? That's a whole nother story with the Ireland curse. You heard about that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Kansas State's experiencing it right now.
They're getting
Yeah.
Anyway, so 4 days, 15
Wait,
hours.
What'd you just say? The Ireland curse?
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Yeah,
I've never heard it.
So I mean, I assume it's
Do you
not
want to
that
give it,
deep.
or I can give it?
Well, I hate to draw any Husker fan listening back to it, but 2022, Nebraska went and played Northwestern and Ireland. You remember the first game of the year?
I remember that.
Lost. Scott Frost onside kick, the whole 9, the famous story. Northwestern comes back to American soil, doesn't win another game the rest of the year. That was their only win. They went 1-11, and their only win was against Nebraska and Ireland. And that's a different story. But that happened. Then Nebraska came back and got into a little bit of a dogfight with the University of North Dakota and ended up winning that game. And then the week after is when Georgia Southern came in and beat us. Scott Frost was fired. The whole thing happened, right? This year, Kansas State goes out to Ireland, plays Iowa State, picked towards the top of the Big 12, loses that game, comes home, gets in an absolute dogfight with North Dakota.
Should have lost the game
2 weeks ago. Oh, man. And then lost to Army this week.
Man, so
And
really-
that doesn't even include Florida State, who also went to play overseas in the playoffs. Last year, they won 2 games after going to Ireland.
Yeah,
That's
they go to
crazy.
Ireland,
That's 3
they
years
lose
in a
to
row.
Georgia Tech. Yeah.
So it really is a curse.
Yeah,
I don't know
wouldn't
what
go
it is.
back.
Why do
I don't, whatever you want to call it. I don't want them to
I
go
don't know
back.
why they do those games over there. I think it's kind of stupid.
They
but-
want to try and make the game global.
Yeah, same with the NFL, right?
Yeah,
I think it's
exactly
stupid,
the same.
but
And the Chiefs lost. So maybe they're
yeah,
cursed.
Chiefs got bopped in Brazil, right?
No other countries play football, right?
They play football, but not our football.
They play football.
They all have different rules, but like Canada would be the closest.
Canada's
and then the
hardly a real
closest
country.
The closest thing to football would be rugby.
That's not even the same.
Safe. Safe.
As far as global.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they want to globalize the
American
American
football.
football.
Okay,
Yeah, and
I
make
gotcha.
it make it, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like they did with basketball.
Sorry, side tangent. B, you want to start with your predictions?
My predictions? Let's start with Parksy's predictions.
Me
I don't
first.
have any predictions.
Okay.
Unless
Am I
you want
giving
us to.
scores or just win or loss?
So let's just do win or loss. You don't have to be unless you'd really like to give scores.
I wouldn't know any scores.
Okay.
Until
So
I
we're
watch
4 days, 15 hours, 36 minutes, and now 45 seconds away from the next game. So let's. Game number 2 is against Houston Christian. We saw your cover on your channel. You went in depth about Houston Christian.
If you haven't seen it,
Go check it out. Parksy goes in depth on they do different teams for different teams that they like, right?
Yeah, so we have Iowa, Iowa State, and Nebraska. Those are our 3 main focus fan perspectives is what we call them because it is a fan show. It's not insight or anything that we have within the program. It's the fans' perspectives, but each week it's focused on the opponent because everybody gets – I mean, how many Nebraska football shows are out there where they're talking about their takes on Nebraska or what they think happened last week? So every time I do my show on the week, I'm just telling you about Houston Christian, who their quarterback is, where he came from, who their head coach is, who their running backs are, wide receivers. So you learn about the opponent because you already know Nebraska. You're a fan of them. So
Merp, if you want to keep the overall record, I'll go through the schedule here. So right now they're 2-0.
okay.
Houston Christian.
win. I have that game 55-7.
Is Houston Christian any good? Do they?
No.
They're 1-1.
They're pretty bottom
They're
barrel.
1-1. They beat Arkansas Baptist week 1, 69-0.
Division I school?
Week 2, they lost to Eastern Kentucky 20-10, and Eastern Kentucky was 1 for 15 on third downs, and
Wow.
Houston Christian fumbled the ball 4 times.
And was that game televised?
It was not. Could not watch it.
Not
Could not even watch
Arkansas
it.
Baptist was.
Okay.
Not even ESPN Plus.
Nope.
Wow.
Jeez.
Not
Says
even
a lot.
Not even on Fubu.
Yeah, all my taking from the game or
Fubo.
Peacock. Put it on Peacock.
Put it on Peacock. That's a bad experience. I don't
Put it
love
on
the
1,
Peacock
2, 3
experience,
movies
but-
or something.
Okay, so we're 3-0. We'll move to the 2:30 p.m. Central Time in Memorial Stadium, Michigan game.
Win.
So you're taking that as a win. Michigan just lost to Oklahoma. It
Yep.
was a good game on the road there. So
That's going to dictate the whole season right there.
that is a huge game for them.
I'll have so many better answers after that game for
Yeah.
the rest of the season. Like, can we limit Bryce Underwood? You saw how well Sorsby ran the ball. Cheeto mentioned it earlier. If you can do that again, if you can limit it against Bryce Underwood, you feel much better. But that's the key. But I think Nebraska wins. And ESPN, I saw today, the matchup predictor, where it gives a percentage. Nebraska was like 70% on that to win a Michigan game.
Really?
I think
I thought they were like 20-point underdogs.
from
3.5 is underdogs is the Vegas line that came out.
from watching the Michigan game this week, I think they're running into an identity crisis with their new offensive coordinator. I think when they won the Natty, they were big ground and pound, and we're going to beat you running down your throat. In that game, they try to spread it out a lot and throw the ball out wide with their freshman quarterback, and they didn't have as much success. So
Yeah, he's good.
he is good. He will be very good, and he played a good game, I thought.
Yeah, no, I didn't think anything was glaring with both those programs. I took more away from Oklahoma than Michigan.
Yeah,
But keep going.
They look good.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're 4-0 going into week 5.
Okay, Michigan State, Memorial Stadium, home game,
Win.
Saturday, October 4th. I heard they're improved.
Yeah,
Michigan
they're
State's
2-0.
very improved. Aiden Childs really good for them. Nick Marsh, sophomore wide receiver, he was close to Jeremiah Smith last year in his production as a true freshman. But they've got a couple of really good players and some good transfers. So
Yeah. Okay, so 5-0.
5-0.
Okay. At Maryland,
Win.
College Park.
Loxley's squad looks absolutely lost. They got into a dogfight with NIU last week. They look
Who?
absolutely lost.
Loxley.
Mike Loxley.
That's her
No,
coach.
no, the school.
At Maryland, the
North-
Terps.
No, who did they get into a dogfight with?
NIU, Northern Illinois.
Okay.
Slow game. They got no
that who
identity.
Nebraska
I like Mike
lost to?
Loxley. I think he's a good coach. I don't know. I don't
talk
think he
about
has a job
NIU.
here in a couple months.
And then you got good old PJ Fleck going to the Gophers after Nebraska's 6-0.
We're
That
losing
one's
that one.
on the
dude.
road. I will be in attendance for that one. We'll probably lose that one. Minnesota's a team. Nebraska, with their history, usually has a pretty dominant record against a majority of programs. Minnesota absolutely has dominated us.
Yeah,
since the
especially
founding of college
recently.
football. No, like
Fleck.
even before we
Oh,
got
really?
in the Big Ten, I think they lead the series 41-22.
Wow. Really?
Something like that. Minnesota used to be the most dominant college football program ever. Back like 1902 to 1908, they won like 7 national titles.
Yeah.
They were one of the
Makes sense. So
They
why
used
do
to
you
be
think that
huge.
is? Why do you think that's still transferred on like throughout the Big Ten?
No, I just think they're coached really well. They're just that gritty team. Like PJ Fleck, as much as people hate him, and one of our coaches, JP, absolutely despises him.
Doucher.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, but his players love playing for him, and he wins consistently. I mean, it's not easy to recruit to the University of Minnesota, and he does it. So
Been to their stadium. Very nice stadium, right in the city there.
TCF Bank.
And row the boat.
I've never been. This will be my first time.
Yeah, what do they say? Row the boat.
They like to row the boat up there.
Yeah,
Row the boat, go Gophers?
Sky Uma. They go row the boat, Sky Uma. Go Gophers.
Go Gophers. Okay.
And it was not a fair catch. Anyway, we'll move on to the Nebraska Northwestern game. That would be the next game. So they'd be 7-0.
No, I lost in Minnesota. 6-1.
6-1. Okay.
I'm Northwestern. We should, take care of business there. That's bottom of the barrel, yeah.
Okay, so if we're 6-1, are we looking at a top 20 or
Yeah, they're ranked.
They're
Like
ranked.
top
100%.
15 maybe or what?
Once you beat Michigan, you'll be ranked. You'll be undefeated.
Depends on what everybody else does, but you're probably safe saying top 20.
Yeah.
6-1.
And then see how we hold on to
So
that.
that's why I was saying that it's kind of not. It wasn't great, I think, for Nebraska fans that
And-
Michigan lost because it'd be a ranked win. But
If they get to that point, let's say they get to 6-0 before going into the Minnesota game, I think that probably increases my thoughts of a Minnesota win. It builds it for them.
I wonder how their schedule looks up coming to that game because that'd be a big game.
Yeah, they got a couple of tough matchups before us, but just recent history,
Yep.
and I don't feel great about it.
So Northwestern, that's in Memorial. Also, we're counting that as a win. They got big noon kickoff this week. Who would have thought?
Who did?
Northwestern against Oregon.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Who would have thought?
How'd
Yeah,
that
it was a
happen?
Blowout.
Back-to-back blowouts for Oregon.
So the next game is again in Memorial Stadium against USC.
The blackout. Yeah, no, this one apparently is told to be a night game. It's November 1st, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's going to be a little cold, right?
That's gonna be dicey.
One might
Yeah,
say.
which was great for Nebraska.
Yeah.
With Southern California coming in. So I like Nebraska in that game.
Yeah.
I really do. I think a lot. USC looks great.
Yeah,
Jaden
they're
Maia
good.
looks good.
Who's that receiver?
Offense, which
Looks
one?
like they got a couple.
They got a couple of really. Makai Lemon's been a stud for them.
I just saw one of them over the weekend.
Yeah,
go
Makai
up and
Lemon.
moss somebody.
He's unbelievable.
So all those Pac-12 schools now in the Big 12, right? Or sorry, the Big 10.
Right.
So they got to come in from these coasts, different time zone. That's a night game. Sometimes it throws them all off. Like there's not a great record from those teams traveling. So
Yeah.
that's also in Nebraska's favor, I would say. Moving on to UCLA and Nico.
God, with how they've looked the last couple of weeks, you gotta hope that's a win, right?
I would-
Going out to California, you're gonna have a good fan base traveling out there. Second week in November, I mean, you gotta think Nebraska, right?
You would think what would be
They
the
got us
record if
last
that's
year,
a
though.
win?
They got us for last year.
Yeah, last year I think they heated up in the second half of the
They did.
season,
They
though.
did.
They really
They-
took down some great teams.
Ethan Garbers was big for that team, for UCLA. Their old quarterback, and Nico just has not gotten it done.
Yeah. I mean, their defensive line last year, they were eating people up.
They got beat by UNLV, and they pretty handily, honestly, compared to the score.
UNLV.
So what'd you say? So that's UCLA?
UCLA.
Yeah, that's UCLA.
Yeah. They're,
So that's 8-2.
okay. 8-2.
Whoa. Where's my other
Where's
loss?
the
I just
second
got
loss?
Michigan. I mean, just Minnesota's my loss.
Yeah.
I thought you said
7-1?
UCLA.
No,
Or
that's
USC.
No, well, I think we'll win that one. Blackout at home, black alternate uniforms, night game in November against Southern Cal.
That's right.
So what's the record? What do you got?
So 9-1.
9-1. And then you got the good old Nittany Lions, who will most
Loss.
likely be top 3. That'll be in
Loss.
University Park, Pennsylvania, on November 22nd.
Loss. Comes back
Tough
to quarterback
team.
Experience. Really good team.
I will
Really good team.
From what I know, the last 2 championship people have brought so many upperclassmen that could have went to the NFL. They bring them back,
Penn
and they're
State
so
fits that narrative.
experienced. Yeah, and that's exactly what Penn State did this year. So
Yeah.
that'll be a tough game.
Loss.
I don't know if it's a whiteout or anything. I don't believe so, but
No, their whiteout game, they already announced it's Oregon, I believe.
That'll be a
Oregon
fun
goes
one.
into Happy Valley here. in
Oregon
a
looks
couple
solid,
weeks.
very
Yeah.
fast. And then you got the good old Hawkeyes on Friday, November
Black
28th.
Friday.
We could.
That's at home.
If anybody's got a coin in that pocket, we could flip it. That's just how
Yeah.
that game's gone. It doesn't matter how bad Nebraska been. It doesn't matter how many steps back Iowa's taken. It's a complete coin toss. But I like Nebraska.
Why 11 a.m. on that game always?
I don't know. They only played at night when it's at Kinnick, I guess. Apparently, they got to play a day
That's true.
game.
I did go to that game last year.
BS. Absolute BS. It
Pretty
wasn't a
warm?
night game this year.
Well, they had 12 yards at halftime and they won the football game, so I don't know how that happened.
No, but it wasn't warm.
So overall record would be 10-2.
Correct.
If Nebraska goes 10-2 in the Big 12, what does that mean? They're going to the playoffs, in my opinion.
It
just
depends on
sneaking
other
in or
teams
what?
do. It
That's
really
exactly
does.
what Indiana did last year. They went 10-2, right? And they didn't play in the conference championship, and they sat it out, and they went to the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which I don't think is a horrible strategy. Like, you don't play in the Big Ten.
Now, I
games.
think Nebraska has a little bit tougher of a schedule than Indiana was given last year.
That's
but
probably fair.
yeah, I would think they would be in, but that's depending what other teams do, right? Like, you miss Ohio State on that schedule. What do they do? How bad does Penn State beat you? I feel like there's
No.
some caliber you have to play to still get that bid.
If Nebraska only has one loss going in the Penn State game, it'll probably be closer than you think, or no? I mean, look at them this
I've
week.
seen
They didn't
7-0
look dominant.
Nebraska teams get beat 66-7. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
It's making me sick. Yeah, so my losses, I've got Michigan. I got Michigan winning that game. And then I've got Minnesota winning that game. I got UCLA, I keep mixing those two up. I got USC. I got USC winning that game. I got UCLA winning that game, and I have Penn State.
UCLA beating
UCLA's
Nebraska?
horrible, but hey, it's his pick.
It'll be interesting.
I'll listen to that. Next up.
Murph's not drinking the Kool-Aid. Kind of, you got to respect it.
Wait, we're going through all predictions now, huh?
Or the Roulade.
Yeah.
We're doing all
He's got
predictions.
the Tom Osborne shirt on. I want to hear it.
What are your losses? Just
Yeah.
I like one of these three: Maryland, Minnesota, and Northwestern. Like at least one of those is a loss, maybe even two. I don't know why. I feel like we get to
Minnesota.
that point in the Minnesota for sure. I feel like we like last year. What point did we get to 4-0 or whatever, and then we lost 4 in a row or something? I just feel like we always hit that stretch where it's like you go on the road and we haven't been proven to win some of those games. So until I see differently. I'm chalking up like 2 of those as losses.
Mm-hmm.
I think we beat UCLA though. I think like 9-3 would be a great.
One game that I see as a potential letdown that I don't think people are talking about is after the Michigan game. You got to play Michigan State. Granted,
Yeah.
it's at home.
There's a bye week in between there.
Oh,
too.
there is. Well,
But
then that
Michigan
helps.
State's gonna be solid. I feel like.
Yeah, that's one of those teams. I mean, they should be better than they are.
Big
They
win
used to
against
be
Boston
good.
College this weekend. They got into
They
a
got a good
dogfight.
quarterback, don't
Double
they?
overtime. Aiden Childs, yeah. Really good quarterback.
You always just got to watch out for those sleeper letdown games in the Big Ten.
And they just keep saying how easy our schedule is, and it's like, I mean,
Yeah,
kinda.
but would you rather play Northwestern, UCLA, and Minnesota? Or would you rather play Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State?
I guess Oregon is in the Big Ten. now,
Illinois.
which is
Two
of the
absolutely
4 big
crazy.
names.
Illinois. Nobody wants to play Illinois right now.
No, we play them enough. We play them usually. Year in
Exactly.
and year
Big Ten
out,
West,
so
former.
They look great.
They look they're number 9 in the country.
Is that Musburger?
Who?
Is that Musburger?
That's the announcer that got fired. That's Bielema.
Oh, Bielema.
Buffet Bielema, they call him.
That's the coach, though,
Musburger,
right?
Yeah, he was let go of ESPN quite a few years back.
Should we put the clip
Oh
on?
yeah, that.
Yeah, the Catherine McCarron clip. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he
Quarterbacks.
he was complimenting
the
somebody's
good-looking
smoking hot girlfriend, right?
I'm Big Brett Musburger.
We might have to throw that up for the people out there.
hey.
Well, she came out. She came out after that. He got fired and was like, "No, I didn't take offense to it. Like, I can't believe they fired him." The girl he was talking
Yeah.
to.
I'm
She
pretty
was
sure
like, I
all
didn't
he
think it was offensive at all.
all he said was, I think he was like, and the quarterback's girlfriend. My God, or something. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
he goes,
Wow.
"You quarterbacks get all the good-looking women." He
He's
goes,
like,
he
"Oh
goes, if I'm
my
a youngster
gosh."
in Alabama, I'm picking up the football and playing catch.
So,
We'll be right
I
back
like
from
that.
this commercial break.
yeah, me and Parksy are big announcer guys. We really dig into that stuff. Some of the
Big
greatest calls are just some of the greatest moments in
It
college
can
football
make or
history.
break your TV
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's a good point.
You can talk
Gus
about that for a
Johnson?
while.
Yeah, I will say Gus is kind of
People love him or hate him.
Down
Who
the
hates him?
sideline.
Who hates him?
Nobody hates him,
pickles.
but
I know a few
some
people
of
that
his
hate him.
random comments are just like,
Barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
"God, getting away from the cop speed."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
I mean,
First down and
he can
10.
say it.
He said it.
He can
He
say
said
it.
it.
I feel like he can say it, though. Not everybody can make that
Somebody
statement.
scored one time and he was like, he got shot in the face this summer, and now he scored. Like, you remember that? Yeah. Yeah, he's got some
He
crazy
doesn't have a
My-
father, but he's his father now.
My favorite one is the one that
I don't know if he said that one. He might cut
know.
that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut that. Sorry.
Sorry.
My favorite one is the McLean. It's not Gus Johnson. Who is that?
Oh God!
Have you seen it?
I don't
Yeah.
It's
know.
the USC guy, and he keeps running back to the end zone, and he goes, McLean, what do you got?
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
That's one of the better calls in history. I can't pull the name right now. It's a Fox Sports guy, but yeah, he's not bad. He's a little energetic, but yeah.
Dude was cracked. Yeah.
So last thing we didn't talk about for Nebraska was they have beer.
They have beer.
Did you notice a difference?
Hold on.
Oh,
I heard
God,
that
the
the
concession
lines.
stands
Yeah. Awful. It's a problem.
The lines were 10 times longer.
Yeah.
And the people asked, they're like, aren't the workers not explaining it? The table I went to, or the concession booth I went to, York softball players, like the York College, were the ones working it. So, like, it's not even university employees working this.
They got like volunteers
Yeah.
almost.
Just like what most small schools do is they outsource it like that. So I don't know
Yeah,
why
that's a problem.
they do that, but it was an absolute mess. And then they get to the way stations, and Nebraska's a historical program, and we have a good chunk of season ticket holders that are 60, 65 years old. You put a way station in front of them to check out, self-checkout, they are lost as can be. So they're putting their pizzas up there looking at the screen with their hands
Yeah.
up, and we're standing back there like, dude,
Let's go,
20
Jerry.
minutes. Yeah, it takes.
Somebody help them.
It was bad. It was bad.
I thought
So they got to fix something.
at
there.
the Cincinnati game they had like a bunch of like independent vendors like going up and down the aisles with beer. I felt. Did you notice that? There's
Cotton
not-
candy,
Yeah, but they had it with beer, which great idea. And I didn't notice the lines were that bad, so I don't know. But that is a problem.
That's because they're making $100 turn and burn out of there at Arrowhead.
Yeah,
God.
$100 for 2 burgers and fries.
Can you say no?
Unacceptable.
Like if they say, sir,
I
that'll
told
be
her,
$100,
if
can you go,
somebody-
never mind?
Yeah, if somebody would have said that to me, if I was up there and they said that to me, I would have just walked away without saying anything. Like,
Well,
not
and they
taking
asked
my
for a
food.
tip. It's like
Yeah, then they flip the screen.
Aw.
They flip the screen.
just
We have
Yeah.
talked.
Triple
We talked about
charge me.
tipping culture on this pod before.
Oh, I can get into that.
Dude,
I like
that's a
that.
good topic of conversation, dude. Like one time I was at a concert and it's like the same deal. It's like $15 for a beer, and I got 2 beers and it was $35.
And it's a can out of a cooler, and they
Yeah.
turn and open it, and they crack it for
They
you.
crack
and they're
it
like,
for you. And,
"Give
then
me
she,
a
and
tip."
I hit no tip, and she said, "Really?" And I was like, "Really? I'm in college, and you're a 40-year-old woman asking for a tip, and I just paid $40 for 2 beers. Turn that thing around."
Yeah,
That's
Not like
ridiculous.
she made it fresh. She just
Yeah, all she did was
Yeah.
pop it and cracked it.
If you're not drinking draft beer, any beer purchase, do not tip. I think we got to set a standard.
Yeah,
here. Like if they're turning around and opening a can for you, what am I tipping for?
Yeah.
Give me the can.
Yeah,
I'll open
can't
it.
you
So you
just go
guys all hit
grab-
no tip. You guys hit no tip.
No, I'm a sucker, dude. I can't do it.
Oh,
I'm
really?
He gets
I'll
guilted.
talk a big game. but
I
I'll
don't
tip a
bat
buck.
an eye. I don't.
Okay.
Just no tip.
Okay,
every
You're a
time.
better man.
Well, okay. So this is kind of a tangent, but I feel like we have to talk about this because if you're at a bar, I feel like you have to tip.
Yeah.
Because that bartender is going to remember you, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to like
Depends on how busy they are. If
It
they're
depends
super-
on how busy they are, but like typically, if you slip them a 5 or a 10,
5. You're big.
But
okay.
But if
you
you have a
slip 'em
tab
5
open,
or-
maybe? I don't
you've
know.
got a tab open. You slip them a 5 or a 10, and say, "Hey, I'm going to be here for a while." Like,
Depends
Yeah,
on what
that's
your
keep it
goal
coming.
for the night is.
Keep it
If your
coming.
goal for the night is to get a lot of beverages, then yeah, it's probably good to tip them. Then he's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "I got you."
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Gotta pour
if
'em
you
strong.
get 2 or 3,
I don't know.
keep them strong.
I,
think-
feel like inflation hit that too. I feel like it's at least going to take a 20 to make any bartender remember you at all.
Yeah.
True.
I am kind of on the other side of the aisle there. I try to keep the tipping low. I mean, I think, like, when they're pouring my drink, I'll tip them. I usually tip $1 a drink. I mean,
That's
is that
standard.
Is that
That's
standard?
standard.
Okay. I mean, but like, I know
Unless
people
they're
that
making
tip.
like an espresso martini, then maybe a couple bucks.
Yeah,
But
maybe like $1.50.
Not
but-
for a dirty Shirley or
Yeah, no, I'm a big dirty
Yeah.
Shirley guy.
The
Rum and
2 ingredient
Coke.
ones are the ones that get me. They're just double turning a bottle and
Yeah.
they're like $1, please. I'm like, come on.
But it's like the drink is already overcharged, so it's like
Yeah, oh
why
God.
should I tip you? I don't know.
well, how do they get paid? I guess that's it. Can you ask AI?
It's they get hourly, but it's a lesser rate.
Yeah, it's like super low. So tipping is really how they make money.
Yeah, but they're getting an hourly rate and then a percentage. Like they split the pot on the tips, so it's like
Correct.
It's not
Some
even like,
places.
Correct. So if they don't get tipped, they barely get paid.
yeah.
Yeah,
but
but
if
by
you're gonna,
no means is anybody saying don't tip.
But you have
unless
to-
you're buying a can of beer. Don't
yeah,
tip.
I think
But you got to understand it. Like tipping is when they give you a serve. Like if they're serving you, then you tip.
Oh, I
Another big one
understand.
is baristas.
Oh, that's a whole nother. Yeah, I agree.
Baristas
Or like
love asking
So
for tips.
let me ask you
or
this.
the ice cream places like Cold Stone.
Yeah, let me
Get
ask you
that
this.
thing out of my
If the
face.
ice cream and the coffee and the alcoholic beverage was cheaper, would you be more willing to tip more?
Absolutely.
So is that the root cause? That's too
I think
much?
so. $8 Starbucks coffee and you're asking for a tip? No.
Well, think about it. The tip is for the person working.
I get it, but
The
if you're gonna,
baristas, I understand people getting frustrated because they are not getting the lesser hourly wage.
Yeah.
Because they're getting the standard, 15. I think Starbucks starts at 15 to 17 bucks an
yeah,
hour.
and you're still asking for a tip.
Yeah, and they do it in the drive-through. That's my biggest pet peeve with tipping is when people hand you the machine in the drive-through
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
like,
like,
no.
you're holding it while I'm doing this, and I'll custom tip 0.
That's my biggest pet peeve is when it's like 25, 15, 10. It's like, where's the 0, ma'am? I've did that one time at Cold Stone. This was
Yeah.
like years ago. And I was like, what's the no tip option? And she turns around and she's like, Becky, how do you do no tip? Like, oh my gosh. Like, dude, I just paid like $15 for ice cream. I'm not tipping anything. You just scooped it.
So I just looked up the hourly wage stuff for bartenders. It says the minimum wage. So bartenders are classified as tipped employees, so they may be paid a lower hourly wage. The base is as low as $2.13 an hour.
Wow.
So, but when you pay for the expensive drink itself, they don't. That's not their money,
That's
right?
going straight to
Correct.
the.
So that's the root cause. The root cause is the actual
Right.
company's making bank, and then
Right.
these guys have to rely on tips.
Right.
But it's already so expensive that you're like, I just can't afford to tip more.
Yeah.
Which means they don't make any money.
yeah.
Which means the corporation.
I think they make good money though.
they
People
do.
that I know that do that, they make good money.
Oh yeah,
So-
there's people that do it for a living and make a killing.
Yeah, especially like
if you're a good
females.
conversator.
Yeah.
Well, or that.
Yeah.
That'll definitely help.
The location you're at. If you're at a little dive bar with 3 people,
Yeah.
good luck.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. But like these people on Husker game days at the rail yard up top on the top deck pouring drinks all day, they're doing fine.
Yeah.
They're doing fine.
Well, I really enjoyed that. I don't know about you guys,
Yeah.
but
Are we,
a lot of
are we
football.
good?
yeah, a lot of football talk. We tried a little bit different of a format here. Just we had one singular topic. So let us know in the comments what you thought. If you thought it was good, let us know. If you thought it was bad, let us know. Like and subscribe as always. Thank you very much, Parksy.
Clap it up for the
Thanks for having me.
for
Thanks
coming
having me.
on.
First
What a
special
blessing.
guest.
Subscribe, like and subscribe to the Play the Fight Song
College football show.
Go check them out.
college
Play
football
the fight
show.
pod.
Show Parksy some love. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.
Just because.
Just
Just because.